wasn't a celebrity, would you be so nice to me?
Welcome back to another week of the Tabloid Fantasy League. My name is Chuck Powell, Carrie Dozer, Fun Katie, and Joe Huizenga. And yes, finally, although for just a week, somebody knocked off Joe Huizenga. Yes, I actually had the best week this week.
You did?
Yes.
Congratulations.
I had 15 points, and let me show you just how I won this week. Her name, Angelina Jolie, and I find her special. And do you see that little ring, the circle with the ring? That's worth 3 points. So I got 6 off that cover. I had 2 different magazines that had that exact kind of concept.
I got 10 off that cover.
Well, congratulations, Joe. So my 15 points ended up winning the week. Carrie had a good week with 13, finished third.
Against all odds.
Tied for second. Joe also had 13, and Katie had a rough one. She had 3. So overall, Joe is still winning over the rest of the field by over 100 points. And so we have another week of Tabloid Fantasy League pickups. These are called pinch hitters. We pick them up for 1 week alone. We can't ever pick up the same celebrity twice, and we can't pick up someone from someone else's existing roster. So basically, we're taking somebody for this week based on the news this week and who we think are going to be on the tabloid covers. We go in inverse order of standing. So Carrie, you are up first again. You should be making hay with this pick.
I should.
You're not really doing it.
Well,
Katie, you're second. I'm third, and then Joe will go last. All right, who are you picking this week?
I'm going to go against conventional wisdom and not pay any attention to the news because
Really?
so far it's given me 0 points.
Really?
I'm going to go with Khloe Kardashian.
Khloe Kardashian.
Always. A Kardashian's
What is
always
she
a
in the
good thing.
news for?
She's not.
When in doubt, go with a
everybody
Kardashian?
else, yeah, but everybody else is. And so I have been wrong every week. And
Okay.
so, I mean, I might as well pick Michael Jackson. But no, I'm going to go with Khloe.
So she's like C on the ACT test.
She is.
You just go Kardashian. When in doubt, go Kardashian.
Go Kardashian.
Kardashian,
Or
Kardashian,
go home.
Kardashian, Kardashian, Kardashian.
Well, I am going to go with the news this
Okay.
week.
Oh, no.
And
Don't do it to me.
I'm going to take
Don't
Dick
stab
Clark.
me.
I'm going to take him.
Oh! My heart has been stabbed.
Death has been worth a lot of points,
Oh.
so, you know.
What if you were already presumed dead before the week started?
That is an outstanding selection. That is going to rack up a lot of points this
Terrible.
week. Oh, why?
I sure hope so.
Why can't you be like her and not follow the news?
I
Not
figured
gonna
I'd
pay.
try this week since I haven't.
Not going to pay.
All right, I have the third pick, and that really, I had no plan B because I don't think there is a plan B this week. So I'm just going to go with somebody who's a pretty good player at TFL, even though she's not necessarily a story this week. So I'm just going to go with Lindsay Lohan. This nutbag always does something suspicious, so why not this week splashing her on one of the covers? It's not a great pick, but when in doubt, go with Lindsay Lohan. All right, Joe.
Yeah, Joe.
Woo us with your acumen.
Several weeks ago, I was sassed for taking Michelle, what's her name? Michelle Williams, something like that.
Yeah.
She's with
Deservedly sassed.
the Muppet guy. Yeah, she scored for me that week, I'll have you know.
Yeah, I know.
She's with Jason, don't call me Steven, Seagal, whatever his name is. So I'm going with him.
You're going with Siegel.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jason
God, that's a
Siegel.
horrible picture.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he looked good there.
You would.
All right, so there are our selections. If you want to check out our rosters, you can go to KTAR.com, updated scores and what have you, and we'll talk to you next week.